for you. I'm your host, Kim Jacobs, better known as the Balance Doctor. And all of our guests that come on, they're either people that have overcome some tremendous odds in their own lives as they balance this thing called life, or they're experts and they're here to share tips and strategies that will help you better balance and manage your life. Grab your virtual seats and let's get ready for some real, relevant, and relatable content on today's episode of The Kim Jacobs Show. Well, guess what, everybody? Yes, it's The Kim Jacobs Show, and we are here again live right here to talk about how we are going to navigate life's challenges. This evening, I have a very special guest. Well, I shouldn't say this evening because people are tuning in to the Kim Jacobs Show from all over the world. And so it might be morning, it might be afternoon, it might be nighttime where you are, thanks to CTR Media Network allowing us to be able to stream on Roku and Apple TV and all of those different streaming platforms through CTR Media Network. So I'm really glad to be here with you all today. And today we have a very special guest that's going to be joining us. And she is already backstage, quite excited about having her on. And it's none other than Charmaine Thompson. Charmaine Thompson is going to be talking with us today about navigating life's challenges. How many of you know life can just throw you some curveballs? It can really get you going. So it's all about how we navigate and maneuver and function while we're going through some of these unforeseen challenges that people, all of us, not just people, all of us experience in life. And it's such as life, because we are going to have some ups, we're going to have many ups, and we're going to have some downs. And how we function through those times is what really makes a difference. And I know for me, the way that I function in those times is to be able to trust in the Lord with all of my heart and lead not into my own understanding, but in all of my ways, I acknowledge him. And guess what? He always directs my path. So I'm so excited to be here with you all today. I'm your host, Kim Jacobs, known as the Balance Doctor, and also the person that trains people to teach people how to start their own shows from scratch. So as you watch this show today, if you are interested as well in being able to start your own talk show, whether it's a virtual, audio, video, network ready, please make sure you reach out to me because I'd love to be able to work with you. I usually take 5 students, and then guess what? We go on a 6-week journey teaching you exactly how to start a show from scratch, a virtual show, right from the comfort of your home. So you can reach out to me by emailing kimjacobsshow@gmail.com, or you can call 704-944-3534. All right, I see you back there, Charmaine. Let me introduce her before I pull her on this screen. Charmaine, y'all are in for a treat. She is an author of Faith in the Midst of Adversity, and also the author of a 52-week Faith Inspirational Journey. She's a minister, a radio personality, a mental health expert, as well as a conference coordinator and a women's advisor. This woman, Charmaine Thompson, is just overall empowering and inspirational is what she is. And as an advisor, I'm going to let her tell you some of the things that she teaches women how to actually do to be able to navigate this thing called life. So we're again discussing navigating life's challenges. Welcome to the Kim Jacobs Show, Charmaine Thompson. How are you, Charmaine?
Hey, I'm so excited to be on with you today. Thank you for having me.
I'm so excited. I think this has been like a long time coming, right?
Yeah.
That's why I'm smiling from ear to ear. I'm like, because Charmaine is on my show. People don't know how special it is when you can have some people that you've kind of encountered on social media, but to get the opportunity to be here virtually with you is such a blessing.
Thank you.
Thank you. I love your background. I love your smile. Everything about you, I think, is a jewel. So glad to have you here today.
Thank you for having me on today.
Well, we're going to get right on into this because the big thing is people really need help navigating some of the highs and some of the lows, the pitfalls in life. And so as we're jump starting our conversation tonight, I wanted to really find out you wrote a book called Faith in the Midst of Adversity. And I really want people to understand, what was that book birthed from? Was it birthed from personal experiences, or was it more of a guide for other people? What was it birthed from?
So that book was birthed from personal experiences that I encounter. It was a bio of my life, the things that I encounter and how God took me through that. And I can say I can be triumphant. So it's my personal experience.
And so your personal experience, a lot of times people, when they are sharing their personal experiences, it's hard because you have to decide what pieces of the puzzle you're going to share, even though it's going to put it together for other people's lives. It's your real life. So it's not a movie, but it reads like a movie. It reads like you're watching a Lifetime based on true events story type of thing. How do you determine what pieces of your story you're going to share personally?
So I wanted to share the journey of my life when I was younger. To it like is a it climbs to where I am today in my life. It was my former years that I navigate through the journey of my life. So those former years was being abused in my former years with someone that my parents trust to keep me in their care. So in those years, when you're about 9 years old, you're just starting, not even knowing yourself really.
That's right.
You're just a little kid. And those years were very difficult for me. The book Faith in the Adversity was my life story, how I navigate through life to where I am today. Those years were I was abused at a younger age and had to know how to handle stuff like that. I did not know how to handle that
Nor were
because I
you
was
should
just
you have been required to, right?
right, right. I was only 9 years old. So those years were very difficult for me. And I remember that was 9 years old to my teenager years. It had me very angry. You know, life is full of uncertainty.
That's right.
How do we go through it? Is by facing what we're going through.
That's
And
right.
you know, fear sometimes get a hold of us. And when that fear come on us, we have to face it head on. Because, you know, I realized something during those times that I didn't even tell my parents what was going on until I got into my teenager years. I was very angry. Fear sometimes gets you angry. Anger becomes hate. Hate becomes suffering internally. And that's what I was facing. Internal pain. And then I came here to the States because I'm from the island. So I came here to the States. Here I come. My language is Patois. That's what they have in Jamaica, a native language. People didn't know our culture here. So I was bullied. On top of that, I had to know how to navigate all those emotion, what I was going through at those age. I remember it was in my teenager years that I was going through so much. I was going through turmoil within myself. And I remember telling my parents what happened to me because of the turmoil I was going through.
Yes.
And I remember that so much like it was yesterday. You know,
what was
they
that
couldn't
like?
believe. They
What
didn't
was that like?
believe. It was painful because I had to relive what I went through, telling them what happened to me. You know, my family that is very close knitted, and I could not believe what was happening to me at that point. So I had to know how to navigate through those emotion, because I was having a lot of different emotion going on with me, being bullied, um, being molested. All those emotion was just crazy for me in my teenage years. I had to know how to navigate through them, and with the help of family and the help of friends, that pour into me in such a way. When you go through those stuff in your life at a tender age, it
Yes.
have your self-esteem very low. You feel like you're not worthy. You feel like whatever you try to do, it wasn't good enough.
Mm.
So I went through all of that. And I remember it was my last year in high school. And I remember getting this job at Chestnut Hill Hospital as a receptionist. I was the receptionist for the doctors. And I remember so much. There was a lady there. I would say sometimes God sent angels in your life
I believe that.
to, and she was like an angel to me. Her name was Grace Moore. Now, this lady don't know me at all, but how God allowed her to speak positive words of affirmation in my life. Tell me how I was great. I was good enough. All those affirmation words. This lady did so much for me. And then the doctor that I was working. And I wrote this in the book, Faith in the Midst of Adversity. The doctor that was there, his name was Dr. Ernesta Cruz. That man was a God sent to me. He poured into me. I've seen this man did so much for people, just caring about people. And that did so much for me.
That's a blessing.
No matter what we face in our life, when we give it to God, when we give it to God, He allow what we've been through to shine through us, so other people will be able to get the help they need. And I never know what I've been through would now help so many people.
Yeah. And then you know what? Just by you sharing at the level that you have already, it's helped our viewers that's tuning in, and it's going to help anybody else that's watching it in the future, no matter what platform. And the show is in over 140 countries. So ultimately, this message that you're sharing with people will go to so many different households. What advice would you give to parents? Because I'm a mother of 5 children. And I still, even today, ask my children, did anybody ever do that? I'm forever drilling. And they're like, Mom, this, or whatever the case may be that their answer is. What can you look for as a parent? Because like you said, you didn't even tell your mom and dad. They didn't know. So then that means that the parents are actually still exposing the children to the problem, unbeknownst to the parents.
Yeah. It's a lesson was learned to me by what I went through. So I have 2 daughters. A lesson learned that I don't allow my kids to go over anyone's house, because I don't know who is in that household. And as I said, this was a family friend. My parents trust them so much and never had no idea what I was going through behind closed door. Now, so it was a lesson learned to me. I don't allow, when my kids was much younger, now they're older, I never allow them to go to anyone's house. And you know what? I was so real with my kids. I tell them what I went through, so they understand, what I went through and how this is real. Life is real. Things happen when you least expect it.
So it actually, as a parent, it helped you put up a certain standard in your household that this is how we'll operate as a result of what you personally experienced.
Yes,
But then
yes,
your
yeah.
children, do they feel like they're missing out? And I'm not just talking about your children. I'm talking about parents that do what you do, because I've done the same thing. Literally, my son that passed away, he hadn't stayed over anyone's house outside of a grandparent or something like that ever. The first night he was away from home was the night he transitioned from this earth. And I felt very similar to how you felt. I was like, no, you have your friends, and we had a lot. They had friends, but we weren't spending the night all of these places. But I wonder,
Right,
do the
right.
children feel like they're missing out on what everybody else is getting to do in that kind of scenario?
You know what? I think when you're real with your kids and tell them what the struggles that you went through yourself, then they understand. When you tell them, no, I don't want you to go over Johnny's or Susie's house, and don't give them an explanation why
Right.
that is, then they feel, oh my God, everybody else do it. But when you're real with them and tell them, this is what can happen when you're in someone else. Of course, I will drop you off somebody else. I may talk to the parents, but I don't know who else is coming in that household overnight. So, it was fine with them when I explained what happened to me and how, it was a family friend that did what they, do to me. Then they understand. Now that they got older, they understand so much more. They said, Mom, sometime we was very sad not going to our friend's house,
Of
but
course.
now we got older. We certainly understand. So for someone that is watching, I ask you to look over your kid. Not every one household your kid needs to go into,
That's right.
because you really don't know who is in that household when you send your kids over. They can have friends, and I'll always have friends over my house because
Right.
I know my household is safe.
Right. Right. But the parents that are sending their kids to your household, they don't know your household either. Exact same advice that you're giving, then they have to also be cautious, because now technically they don't know
Right.
who's going to come in. But we know our own environment, and we know the parameters and what we have in place. But it's no matter how you slice it, on both ends of the spectrum, people may feel the same way, even when they're sending their children over to our homes.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty
And then, you
interesting.
know what? I even asked some parents about that. And a couple of my friends then, why wouldn't you send your kid over? I didn't share my personal experience, but then I was saying to myself, you really don't know what's going on in somebody else's house.
That's right.
You're only safe in your own house.
Yeah.
So for someone that is listening to this, just take care of your own household. You know what happened in your household, and take care of your kids. They're a gift to you from God.
That's
So
right.
take care of them. They're a gift to you from God. And life journey is something else. We go through so many different curves in
That's right.
our life.
Twists and turns, and you
And
name it.
twist and turn, but you have to know how to navigate through them all.
That's good. And what about if a child does confide in a parent, and you finally, like, going to your teenage years, after they've exposed you to these people over and over again, because they don't realize not to, you finally confide in your parents. What happens from that point on? Do they then say, "Oh, what? Does the person get handled? Do they get to walk scot-free? What happens in a situation like that, as much as you feel comfortable sharing?"
So, it was a whole different country. So that happened when I was in the island.
Right. And
Now
Jamaica.
I'm in the United States of America. So it was a whole different country. How do you really handle that? You're not there anymore. Yeah. So it was difficult. It was really difficult. I had to navigate. Now I was in my teenager years. I was finishing high school, and I was not going on my own, because I was still living with my parents, but I had to, in my mind, be intentional about how I do things. I had to be very intentional. I'd set in my mind that I wanted to get past this.
That's good.
I put myself into therapy, get therapy so someone could talk to me. I could talk to someone and share the pain and the hurt, because, my family is very close, but it's so much you can't tell your own family.
Right. I understand.
It's so much you can't tell your family. So it's good when you're going through your pain and you're going through your hurt to go to a therapist.
That's
and they will pull some stuff out of you. You have to face it to get healed. You have to face it. You have to know what the root of your pain really is. And it's after I go to a therapist and they start working on me. I said something, the professional therapist said something to me in my book as I wrote it. If you want to get over something, you have to take a deep breath and tell yourself you can do it.
That's right. Take a deep breath. Pause and say that again. If you want to get faith.
If you want to get over something, you have to take a deep breath. Tell yourself you can do it.
Yes.
Because, you are stuck. I was stuck, feeling like I was in a box, not going anywhere, not doing anything with my life. You can do all things through Christ that strengthens you. You have to know that you're the head and not the tail. You're above and not beneath. You're blessed and highly favored by God. You go through those struggles in your life. Know that God is with you. He said he will never leave you nor forsake you. Now, some people will say, so if God was with me, why did I go through all those things?
That, right? People say that.
God knows the thought that he has for you is good. Every thought he has for you is good. If I did not go through what I went through, I would not know how to tell someone else how to get through it.
And here you are today doing exactly that. So how important is faith when it comes to going through life's navigation and life's obstacles? How important has that been for you?
Faith take me through every challenges. The scriptures say faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. I don't know how my struggles is going to work out, but I have faith believing because I trust God that he's going to take me through it. And he took me through it. I decide that I was going to be intentional about my life, that I was going to motivate myself, go around people that will encourage me, that will uplift me, that will tell me I can make it through anything. You are a conqueror. You are an overcomer.
More than a conqueror.
You are more. And we can't leave that out. We are more than a conqueror through Christ that loves us. Right. So we have to know and be intentional about our life. Do not allow what you've been through to dictate who you are today. You have to rise above that. So whatever it takes, if it takes for you to go to a therapist, if it takes for you to just go on seminars to motivate yourself, to encourage yourself, do whatever necessary to get you out of that. You are resilient in everything you do. You're resilient. You can do it. Just tell yourself, I can do it, and it can be done.
That's really inspiring, and it really can be done, and especially when you're intentional about making that your focus versus focusing on the things that have happened to us in our past that did take a toll on us. Is some things that take a toll on you for real, that tear your self-esteem down, make you start questioning your worth and value in life, and what was it your fault? Was it not your fault? All of these different thoughts that try to plague you. But at the end of the day, we are more than conquerors. And one thing that I wanted to find out is, what if the person, and I don't want to go into your story so much only, but what if the person never even asked for forgiveness, or you have to face that person again? How do you advise people to deal with situations like that?
Remember, forgiveness is not for the person. Forgiveness is for you. It's like you drinking poison and wishing the other person die.
Mm.
Oh my God.
Mm.
So forgiveness.
Y'all should be putting some comments in the comment section. Come on, y'all, because this right here.
Forgiveness is for you. So you have to have forgiveness to even go on further in your life. You have to forgive, because you know what happened? The person that's the perpetrator that did something to you, it's going on with their life. They having a ball in their life. Here you are, as I said, sometimes fear cause hate, and then hate becomes suffering internally. You're killing your own self because you're holding on to that person that did you wrong. So let it go. Let them go. Don't allow them to keep you captive, because that's what forgiveness is. They keep you captive in a box, and you're holding on to that.
They're free. They're going on.
They're free.
They're living their best lives.
Leave them their best life while you are killing your own self. So let it go. You know, and as I said, I keep on saying, go to a therapist, because it depends on what the pain is.
Right.
Sometimes it's hard to let it go because this person inflict such great pain on you. So sometimes it's hard, but you have to be intentional. You have to be intentional about it, that you're not going to let them keep you captive.
That's good. That's some good advice. I hope y'all are taking notes. Do not let somebody else who's living their best life keep you captive because they didn't simply ask for forgiveness. Forgive them regardless, so that it's not literally eating you up on the inside. And stress is real. Stress can kill you. So you have to get the stress off of you. You cannot go through life's issues and navigating all of the challenges. As Charmaine said, she was for those of you that are just tuning in, this young lady was from in the islands in Jamaica, was molested at a young age. And guess what? You see this beautiful smile and glow on her face because she was very intentional about moving forward in her life and not letting the person that violated her steal her joy.
Yes.
And I think that's something that's easier said than done, because people say, oh, just move forward, move on. But there are some people that are like, that's easy for you to say, but how do you really do that? And so I want you to share any thoughts on getting the therapy is one thing. Any other thoughts you'd recommend for people to move forward?
Get the therapy that you need. Surround yourself with positive people. That is very, very important. You have to surround yourself with people that are going to pour into you. You know, there's 3 people that you need to have in your life. Someone that's on your level, someone that you pour into, and someone that pour into you. When you have those 3 people in your life, you are balanced. You have a balanced life, because there's someone always pouring into you, and you're pouring out to them or to whoever that need the help. So it's good to have those 3 people in your life. You can live through it. Listen, God is no respecter of person. I wasn't that good that he helped me through this, but through my faith, believing that he can, he helped me through it. You can have faith. He said, if you have faith as a mustard seed, you could move mountain. Mustard seed is so small, you can hardly see it.
That's right.
So if you have faith as a mustard seed, you can move mountain. God will help you. He said, ask and you shall receive. Pressed down, shaken together, and running over. He wants you to ask him for help. He will give you the help you need. And I'll tell you, with God help, it's more than everybody else that can help you. The
Absolutely.
therapist might tell you something, but when you ask God for help, he will take that pain away from you. And it's when I realized that God is my help, I was free. When I realized that God is my help, he set me free. That pain that I was feeling within me went away because I trust in him. I believe in him. I cast my cares upon him
Yes.
because he cares so much about me.
He cares
So
about
you
everything.
everything, every situation,
That's
everything you're facing, if you ask him for help, he's willing to help you.
Woo, y'all. Okay. I mean, again, I think that we're hearing so many great nuggets already from Charmaine Thompson about how to navigate life's issues. And I see some of you that are on. I'm super excited about it. We're going to come back and come to some of your comments. I just want to take a moment because we have one of the people that's in the studio audience in our VIP section over there, which all of y'all are VIP, by the way. But anyway, I just want to make sure you know that she has a very special summit coming up. And especially when we're dealing with mental health, and we're going to be talking about mental health with you being a mental health aide over the course of some of your life when we come back from this commercial break. Take heed and learn from Dr. Lotus Richey for an upcoming summit that she has taking place soon.
Calling all men. It's time to stand up and show up in Paterson, New Jersey for the Ignite Your Life for Life Summit, themed When Men Exhale. There are only 50 seats. It is a first come, first serve basis. Get your tickets now for only $49.97. See you there.
You all do not want to miss When Men Exhale. That's happening and it's coming up really soon, September 12th. And you may be watching this as a replay in the near future because I'm forever replaying an episode. So if it's not at that time that you're rewatching this show, just make sure you follow Dr. Lotus Richey Ignites You, and she will be able to share whatever else she has going on. But thank you, Dr. Lotus Richey, for being one of our episode sponsors today, right here on the Kim Jacobs Show. All right. So when we're talking about mental health, because the things that you've endured, Charmaine, it requires some strong resolve, strong mental health is really literally. So you're a mental health aide as well. And I would like for you to just talk about how you've integrated your faith and your mental health with helping other people that have had to deal with some of life's challenges.
So, it's through your challenges that you help a lot of people, and you should want to help a lot of people through your challenges. So I put together a woman conference every year. Okay. I was led to put this conference together the year of COVID and thought no one was going to come to this conference, but God allowed 85 people to come that same year of COVID. And it has been growing every year. Wow. So I put this summit to empower ladies that they can do all things. So my summit is moving forward. Knowing your purpose. And knowing your purpose is very important. Know why you're here.
That's right.
Know your why. Why are you here? God has put purpose and destiny inside of you. He created you with purpose. That's right. So all these stuff that you go through in your life is setting you up for greatness. It's setting your life up so you can shine. God can shine through you. So others may see. Mental health is real. A lot of us go through so many challenges in our life. So many pain and hurt, and we feel like we cannot make it through it. But there is hope for you. There is hope. You're not alone in this. There is so many people that's going through the same thing. So know that even if you're going through some mental challenges, that you're not alone in this. You have purpose. You have destiny within you. You can make it through this, and you're not alone.
You're not alone if you have Charmaine Thompson. So all you have to do is connect with her, and you definitely are destined to feel better at the conclusion of that conversation. So I encourage you, and we're going to talk a lot more, but I do want to take a moment to just encourage you to follow her on her Instagram channel at Charm Care, and then on Facebook at Charmaine Thompson. So make sure you stay connected with her on her social media platforms. Again, on Instagram is at Charm Care, and on Facebook is at Charmaine, Charmaine Thompson. I spell it out because I have audio podcast listeners that don't get a chance to see the broadcast. So we're always communicating in a lot of different ways. I do want to take a moment to just thank you, CTR Media Network, for allowing us to stream in 140 countries, over 300 or so social media platforms, you name it, is happening through CTR Media Network. And the Kim Jacobs Show is blessed to be a part of that platform. We're usually live Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Every once in a while, we'll do a special episode if it's something going on with someone's schedule, so that we can make sure we still bring balance right into your household every single weekday. So I do encourage you, if you have not partnered with the Kim Jacobs Show, how do you do that? People often say, Kim, I want to be a blessing to your platform. I want to be able to pour into your show. I want to see you be able to get the things accomplished, the subscriptions to keep coming into our household. We bring our program right into your household Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you can donate through PayPal. And you can do that paypal.me/Kim Jacobs Inc. You can go to Venmo at the Kim Jacobs Show, Zelle by using cell number, it's a number 704-962-7161, and Apple Cash is the same way. And you can join our membership programs as well. So thank you for those that already support our broadcast and allowing us to come to you right in the comfort of your own home every weekday. All right, so Charmaine, I am eager to know, when people are dealing with a mental health crisis, but they don't even consider themselves having any crisis. How do people become aware that they are having mental health issues when, from a self-awareness perspective, it's just like, you're not talking about me. Talk about yourself, but you're definitely not talking about me. So how do people even recognize that they need the help?
So I say this because sometimes people that are going through mental health challenges sometimes think they're all right. But you as a friend, seeing your loved one or your friend is doing something outside that is not normal for them to do. They're withdrawing from things that they usually do. They don't want to be around anyone anymore. Those are indication that something is not going on right with them. And sometimes it's not for us to want to tell them what to do and how to do it. But
Right.
This is what you can do. You can, as a friend, seeing they're going through certain things in their life, go over their house. You see their house in shambles, help them. You see dishes and all these stuff all over the house and stuff, just go over and help them. And just ask them simple question. How are you feeling? Is everything okay? It's the way you approach things with people that are going through mental challenge, because they don't want to think that they're getting crazy, first of all.
Right.
So it's good to talk to them in a settled way, so they feel comfortable telling I'm going through certain things. And when you're going through mental challenges, it's hard, it's rough. And I see through a lot of people having loved one that died.
Yes.
And they don't know how to navigate through that. Because here go, my loved one was around me, and now they're no longer here.
And so that's regardless of the age. People really have a difficult time.
Yeah, it's a difficult time. Or you maybe lost your job that you've been on the job for 20 years and they lay you off. You can go in depression. You can't. So mental challenges is real. Be aware of your loved one when they're going through these difficult times. And you can always fix it, but you need to be there for them. And that is very important. You cannot fix it because it's going to be up to them to get the help they need.
Right, right.
So you can't just be there for them.
That's good. That's really good advice. And being there for a person, from my perspective as the balance doctor, is being there the way that the person needs you to be there. So it's like to just be there for somebody and it's not how they need you to be there is offensive to them. Because it's like, did I say I needed that? I don't need that. I don't need you to tell me to move on, get past the death of my son or what. I don't need that. That's not the kind of help I need. You know, I need prayer. I need some soothing words, or knowing that when I came back to church, that is, people aren't like, well, what made you come back to church so quick? What? Church is where I need to be. I want to be in church so I can get not
the help you need.
The assembling of myself with other believers and like-minded people that believe in what I believe in, you know, so I need to surround myself in situations like that. So I love that advice, is helping people. If you see something, then making sure that you step in and help as best as they will allow you to, because not everybody wants you to come in and just start washing their dishes. But if you say, you mind if I help in this regard, because I'm here for you.
Right.
That's good.
Right.
That's really good. Well, I see some studio audience comments too, and I want to take a moment to give you a chance to say hello to some of these people. Grace said, "Hey, Charmaine." Grace Moore said, "Hey, Charmaine." Okay, let's see. I see all of your comments. Oh, Dr. Colin Clark says, "We are more than conquerors." Yes.
Yes, yes.
Dr. Lotus Roche says, "Takes notes." She said, "Note takers are money makers." That's her quote. Let's see. Thank you so much for sharing and caring. Thank you, Dr. Lotus Roche, for all that you do. You're making a big difference globally in this whole world. Another great show. Thank you so much for tuning in and your comments. And thank you all that are tuning in. I see all of you, whether you're commenting or not. I can see you, but I don't get to see. Oh, hey, Deacon Wayne. Man, nice to see you on here. I see all of you. I just can't. I would have to have my head down the whole time scrolling through, acknowledging everybody. But I see you all. Please make sure you put some comments and I'll be able to pop them on the screen because I'll see them over here on the side. So Charmaine, thinking about you wear a lot of different hats. You're a minister, a radio personality, a women's advisor, a business founder. How are you balancing all of those hats, and where is it coming from? What is it stemming from that's fueling you, your fire?
You know, a lot of people ask me how I do this all, but it's a love for people. I love people. I love to share my experience with them. I love to see people shine and do great things for themselves. Because, you know, it's when people shine, you feel as though you're shining. So I love to see people shine. I love to pour things into people. When I pour into people, it feels to me like I got $1,000 or more money, you know, because I feel good when I see people shine, when I see people progress and do great things with themselves. So it's a love for people. I love people and I love to see people shine.
Are you sure we're not twins? Because I think I could be like a twin of yours, because every scripture you were saying, I could finish your sentence. I was like, oh my gosh, who am I talking to? Myself? This is crazy. I'm loving this conversation. And
you know, recently, I put a podcast together. It was on me a month ago that I need to put a podcast together to allow women to have a voice.
Yes.
To allow ladies to speak their truth. Allow ladies to speak their story. And I tell you, I had 2 episodes so far, and it was richly blessed. And I said, you know, to God be the glory, because it's time for us to come out of the closet, come out of that box and start shining and telling our story, how God brought us through different things in our life. And now we are overcomers. We can do all things through Christ that strengthens us.
We got this. We got this.
We got this.
Now, how can people tune into your podcast and follow you? I know if they follow you on social media, will they automatically see some of these things?
So on my podcast is on YouTube, Woman of Power Charm Care. So you can join the podcast on YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and it's all there. Woman of Power Charm Care.
YouTube, Spotify, and what else?
iHeartRadio.
All right, I'm typing this.
And Apple Podcasts.
And Apple. I am so excited about this Apple podcast. You know what? I'm really a big believer that we can all celebrate each other. And
yes,
I love that one quote that says, flowers never compete with other flowers. They just let each other bloom. All of these beautiful flowers, an array of colors, and all going in between each other and just growing in their own way. I love when I see another flower bloom. So I'm so happy for you. And I'm going to put this over here, everybody, for y'all to see as well. Bold, Woman of Power Charm Care on YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Apple Podcasts. So y'all make sure you subscribe to Charmaine Thompson's YouTube channel right away. And I'm going to make sure I subscribe to today for sure. And I cannot wait to hear the podcast. Speaking of which, I do need to go ahead and tell everybody this too. It would be helpful for y'all to know that I do a 6-week training teaching people. Some people are seasoned. Other people are just starting out, don't have the name of their show or anything. They're literally starting from scratch. And we go on a 6-week journey to teach you how to start your own virtual show from scratch. Everything that I've learned from being with PBS and the Word Network and being one of the balance experts on a local NBC affiliate, writing some of these books, traveling with Les Brown around the country, teaching people how to share their stories and pulling out the greatness in them, blah, all of these wonderful things, right? I pour all of this stuff into you in a 6-week training. And I take only 5 students. We're getting started in the next 2 weeks. So you definitely want to let me know if you would like to be one of those 5 students. And I can pretty much promise you that it's going to be a journey to remember, and you'll be ready to launch your own show at the end of the 6-week training. So make sure you reach out to me, 704-944-3534, or email me, kimjacobshow@gmail.com. I'm doing my own commercials instead of going to commercial break. You can do that. You know that, Charmaine? Make sure you include that in your show. Do that. You learned something on here today? You're like, oh, yeah. All right. So what else with Charm Care? We didn't talk about Charm Care yet. I'd love us to talk about that. What inspired you to create Charm Care, and tell us more about it and how it is impacting women around the world?
So Charm Care is a platform that encourage and motivate ladies to be the best version of themselves. You know, it was the year that I went to Africa in 2019 that I put this Charm Care global platform together, that I was able to inspire and motivate people all over the world. Some of my family that I adopt is from Africa. Okay. And, you know, I support Africa in a lot of ways. I also support Jamaica. I go back to Jamaica every other year and support my country, the kids that are less fortunate. Right. I go back and support them in financial gifts, scholarship, and stuff like that. So that's where that platform come from.
That's excellent. And I've never been to Jamaica, just so you know. So when I do go, I'd love to be able to go.
Must go.
One of the times you're going, let me know. And say, Kim, let's roll. Because it'll be like, your twin is coming. I'm coming out there.
I'm going to call you, Kim, because we're going to Jamaica.
I have never been, and everybody loves Jamaica. And I'm like, why have I not been to Jamaica yet? So maybe it was because I was waiting for Charmaine to give me the real royal treatment. Come.
All right. Well, it's going to happen, Kim. It's going to happen.
I actually can't wait. I'm excited about it. I look forward to it. So please, let's communicate about that. Look, I told you, remember I told you backstage? Didn't I tell you backstage how it was going to be? And it's like that, right? Remember what I was saying?
Just like that.
It changes everything when you're just having a regular old conversation, right?
That's right. That's right.
Because I can see your back teeth, so that means you're comfortable.
Kim, I also wanted to tell people that you could tune in Monday, Friday, and Saturday to Philly Favor. It's an app that you could put on your phone, Philly Favor. I do inspirational on Monday, Friday, and Saturday with Brother Marcus.
Okay, Monday when?
Friday and Saturday.
Monday, Friday,
and Saturday. Okay. Philly Favor.
It's a radio show, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay, now go to Philly, just like Philly, PHILLY, Favor.
Yes.
Monday.
LLYS.
Oh,
Philly. Yes.
Oh, Phillies, like PHILLYS, Phillies Favor.
Yes.
Okay. On Monday, Friday and
Saturday.
So I'm going to say check out. See, y'all should be typing in the comment section. I'm over here doing all the administrative work and I'm trying to host and do all the most, but we can't miss this information. Some good stuff. Check out Charmaine. I'm going to pop it on the screen in a minute. Charmaine Thompson. At what time?
Well, it's come on Mondays 2 to 6, okay. 5 to.
Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna say Monday, Friday, and Saturday. Y'all go during those days, and y'all gonna.
They could look on my Facebook page. They'll see the information that they need.
So see, there's so many different hats that you wear, and this goes hand in hand with what I was saying as far as when you're trying to balance all of these different roles and responsibilities. How do you know which one is the one that should take precedent over the other from your perspective? Because you wear a lot of hats. I wear a lot of hats, so I know I can relate.
You know, when God gives you with something, and I believe all that I do is a gift from God. So it doesn't seem like I'm doing so much.
Me either.
It doesn't seem like I'm doing so much. As my daughter said, "Oh my God, Mom, you do so much. What else are you going to do?" But it doesn't seem so much for me because I'm in love with what I do to impact, to motivate, and encourage people.
Again, we're twins. I love it because I have people say the same thing, and I'm like, what? This is like God will not put more on you, in my opinion, than you can bear. And if he's giving me whatever gifts and talents, then I think that he really expects for me to use them, not to just bury them. So I'm like salt. When we salt the earth, you can't just go, you got to spread it all over and get the salt going and really be a bright light in somebody else's life.
That's it.
I love it. I think I'm smiling more on this episode than I've smiled. I smile a lot already, but you have my cheeks burning today. I say today, tonight, because again, whatever country you're looking at it from, but by all means, it may be a different time zone. But Charmaine, the other thing that I wanted to make sure we cover tonight is making sure that, and I say tonight, but you're going to be seeing this at our 11 o'clock episode too, so just bear with me, okay? But faith in the midst of adversity, faith over fear. What do you want people to walk away once they read this book? What do you want them to walk away knowing?
I want them to know that they can live through anything. There is nothing that's impossible for God to do for you. In the midst of adversity, God will take you through it. So live through it and trust God with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge God and he will direct your path. So I want people to walk away knowing that they can do all things through Christ that strengthens them.
If you're discouraged, I'm telling you, get this book. Even if you're not discouraged, if you are encouraged, but you just want to have a great book in your libraries. We have house guests that come over, and I know in my house people will grab a book and take it to the room that they're going to be in, and they'll read the book. And so have some of these tools and resources right in your home. Give it as gifts. Holidays will be coming up soon. How about gifting Faith in the Midst of Adversity? Faith over fear. How about gifting that book? And then guess what? She's also the author of Words of Life, a 52-week faith inspirational journal. I would like for you to talk to us about what this journal is all about as well.
So this journal is really about your life story. In this journal, I allow you to journalize different topics that's going on in your life, different areas that you're struggling with. I give a point to it and have you journalize your personal story.
Yeah, guys, I mean, this is like, at least for us, it's a dream come true, because my mom, she loves journaling. So she'll get like just a black binder. If the book doesn't have note pages, she has her own binder per book, because she always wants to take notes and on what she's reading. So what you've done is just made life so much easier in this book or journal, because it's like a whole notebook for you to just free flow with almost like a conversation starter, just something for you to get going, and then you get to take it away and customize it to your own life. Y'all, you can get this book on Amazon, because it's on Amazon. Can they get an autographed copy from you, Charmaine?
Yes, they can.
From where?
They can hit me up on Facebook if they need a copy, and I'll send it personal to them. You know, in this book, I just wanted to say something about this book. In the beginning of this book, I wrote, I am. And, you know, affirmation early in the morning when you get out of bed is very important. So in the beginning of this book, I write, I am qualified, equipped, blessed, confident, free, empowered, redeemed, secure, talented, determined, anointed, forgiven, and I am accepted by God. So
that's good. Because if you believe all of those things, guess what? You can't fail. Even when life looks like it's some failing situations, that's obviously they're real. So you can't downplay those real situations that we've all experienced. But if you trust in the Lord, he's going to get us to the other side of the equation. And so really, what, in your opinion, what would you want your legacy to be? Because you're going to be remembered for so many things based on what I've heard tonight or today. I keep saying tonight. I can't help it. Even though y'all, this episode,
wherever you're from,
whatever day and time it is. The point is, what do you want to be remembered for?
An encourager.
You are.
Yeah.
Encourager. I give you your flowers right now today on the Kim Jacobs Show, because you are more than, they say, a conqueror. You are more than an encourager, for sure.
Thank you.
I love it. All right. Well, is there anything that we didn't talk about? I think we talked about a lot, but maybe just also talk a little bit about, and I know we're getting ready to end here, but just talk about how your resiliency has impacted your daughters, because that's, you know, you talked about your family. We didn't put any pictures up, but I do want to at least hear how you feel like it's helped impact their lives.
So my two daughters is a joy to my life. I didn't talk about how the doctors told me that I wasn't able to have kids. So they were a gift to me. You know, in my early years of being married, the doctor told me I couldn't have kids, and that was something for me and my husband. But after 2.5 years, I got pregnant with my first daughter, and then 5 years after, I got pregnant with my second daughter. So they are a joy to my life. I hope my legacy of being an encourager and a motivator will carry on. And I can see that in both of their lives,
Is that
that they love me.
are those your
Yeah,
daughters?
yes. And my lovely husband.
I'm so excited. You know, I was a sleuth. I went on one of your pages. I was like, I'm finding a photo. I said, I'm going to find a photo. I am gifted at this. Beautiful family.
Those are my lovely
God
daughters,
bless.
Charnel and Vanessa. And
Say it
my
again.
handsome Charnel and Vanessa. Charnel is in the red hair and Vanessa the dark hair. They're my pride and joy. And I pray that everything that I do, that it will inspire them and motivate them to be the best version of themselves.
Oh, and then your husband. Tell us about your husband.
Oh my God. My husband is a godsend to me. God knows what I need when I needed it. And he put him in my life, where I've been married for 29 years. We're going to be married. November the 11th will be 30 years. And I tell you, I'll marry the guy again.
Oh, I
Because he
love
has
it.
been a love of my life.
Oh, I'm so happy. And you know what? Dr. Colin Clark, you know, him and his wife have been married, I think almost 40 or
42.
42. I was going to say, I think it's
42.
42. 42 years.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yes. So marriage is so critically important, and how necessary it is, and how much God loves and adores marriages that can just stay the course. What a beautiful blessing. I love love. I love love. So please pray that I get married again, because I'm married.
Well, ask and you shall receive.
I don't want to be on here doing any dating shows. I ain't going too far, because it's like I got a lot of not this, not that. And they're probably like, whoa, she doing the most. All right. So I have thoroughly enjoyed our time together. And I don't think it's anything that I've left out, because we talked about mental health. We talked about your younger years. We talked about some of the hats and the roles and responsibilities. We talked about charm care, and we talked about you starting a podcast, which everyone needs to tune into. So make sure that you go and subscribe to that YouTube channel, Woman of Power Charm Care, on YouTube and Spotify and iHeartRadio and Apple Podcasts. Check this wonderful spirit out every Monday, Friday, and Saturday on her radio show on Philly's Favor with Charmaine.
With Brother Marcus.
With Brother Marcus. Let me make sure I put with Brother Marcus.
So it's Element of Inspiration.
Huh?
With Brother Marcus, Element of Inspiration.
Girl, you got me over here doing a whole dissertation. I'm doing it though. And then I don't have my glasses. If I have any kind of spelling error, please just tell me. Let's see. Did I do that right? Let me put the glasses. Let's see. Philly's Favor with Brother Marcus, Element of Inspiration. Yes, I did that.
Yes.
I did that.
Yes, you did that.
On Monday, Friday, and Saturday. She's been married to this lovely husband of hers, who clearly looks like he is in heaven, right there amongst beautiful women in his life, and going on almost 30 years. So she has plenty to tell you about marriage as well. And then these two lovely daughters. Now, I don't want to say it. I'm on a whole show. But see, I have these children, right? And I'm not trying to pawn people off. I can't put one of them up, because then he's already been, dating for a long time. But I have 5 children, right? And I'm like, who these people gonna be marrying, right? I almost want to say I believe in some level of a prearranged something, so I know what family they're gonna be in, Let me just leave it alone. My kids will be like, Mom, do not say that on a show. Do not.
You're a typical mother.
All right, y'all, listen, I've had a wonderful time just talking with you.
Thank you so much for having me on. I really appreciate this. And know that you are a gift to the world. And when we listen to you, we are richly blessed. So keep on doing what you do, Kim.
Thank you so much. Thank you all. And one way that you all can support is knowing that this is going to mark 10 years for my son that transitioned, Gabriel Michael Jacobs. And we started Gabe's Heart Foundation 10 years ago. So this year, October 18th is our 10-year 5K walk. I am
Wow.
encouraging you, if you can make your way to Charlotte, North Carolina, or it's going to be in Concord, North Carolina, please make sure that you are here. And if your organization that you manage or company that you manage would like to donate funds to match the current donations that we have, we will be purchasing defibrillators, and we're going to be raffling definitely one or so off at the actual 5K walk. But if you want to be one of the sponsors that do that, go to GabesHeartFoundation.org. Donate. Let us know, hey, I'd like to be able to have a defibrillator contribution made, because it helps paramedics get to the situation so that life can be hopefully extended. We all gonna go when God says we're gonna go, period. But if you have a portable defibrillator in place, it might just extend that person's time on this earth with their loved ones. So make sure you all let us know by visiting GabesHeart.org, Gabe's Heart Foundation, or Gabe's Heart, but GabesHeartFoundation.org, and you can donate there. And we'll look forward to seeing you at our 5K walk, October 18th. All right, all minds clear?
Yes.
I think I had a wonderful time. I'm really glad we got a chance to do this. Finally.
Thanks again for having me.
Yeah, thank you all too for tuning in to today's episode. I hope I didn't miss anybody, because I was over here just yapping these lips over here, running my mouth. Let's see. I thank you all so much for all of you that commented. Know that if I didn't put your comment up, it's not intentional. I saw you on Instagram. I see you. I am Sharon D. Brown over there, which did a lovely job at our Wellness Sunday. If y'all don't follow Sharon D. Brown, make sure you do it today. She has some really great self-care tips, not just painting your nails and stuff, but I'm talking about wellness tips, fortified tips that will help you become a better version of yourself through finances, wealth, and health. So make sure you check her out. Sharon D. Brown. All right, that's it, y'all. I can't shout nobody else out. I tried. I love y'all. Tune in again Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Kim Jacobs Show. I love you, Charmaine.
Love you back.
Love you all. God bless you. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of the Kim Jacobs Show, and for being in the virtual studio audience. Your presence truly does make a difference, and I look forward to you bringing your friends and family to join you in the virtual studio audience Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I look forward to seeing you, and make it a great day.